has several different types of bikeways now, and I wouldn't call them all bikeways, but we have bike paths, which I think everybody's familiar with. We also have signed bike routes that are on the streets, and then we also have side paths, which are basically wide sidewalks that run along the roadways. The reason we have many different kinds of bike facilities is that there are several different kinds of bike riders. There are A, B, and C bike riders. An A rider is an experienced rider who is willing to ride out on the roadway. A B rider is a beginner rider, someone that would not feel comfortable riding out on the road and would feel comfortable riding on a bike path or on a sidewalk. A C rider is a child. Parents would think that most children would be more comfortable riding on a sidewalk, separated from vehicular traffic, so there's a buffer in between them and the cars. There might be some confusion about our signs for our routes in town. Kettering has several regional routes that go through town, Route 19 and Route 9. Route 9 is called the Iron Horse Trail, and Route 19 is called the Dayton-Kettering Connector. This sign represents Kettering Route 4. We have two local Kettering routes that go from points of interest in town, like from the Frays Pavilion over to the Kettering Rec Center.
We're here on Stroop Road. We're doing some construction here and building a multi-purpose path that functions as a bike path, a walking path, a skating path, basically a glorified sidewalk. This construction project was funded through both local, federal, and state funding sources. We started this project just earlier this year, and we're already down to this point. We hope to have this project as well as the asphalt overlay complete by November 1st of 2016. Some other projects we've done in the city of Kettering similar to this one would be a Smithville Road bike path. That's over there between Foyer and Wilmington Pike. That's a connection piece very similar to this, where it's an 8 to 10 foot multi-purpose path, concrete, that we've added. That then connects to Foyer Boulevard. Foyer, we have a buffered bike zone path. This path connects basically from where we're ending on the Smithville all the way down to Woodman Drive. These paths are paths that we've funded through different sources. As I mentioned earlier, we apply for grants through MVRPC, and we've been able to get some of this funding for these different projects.
I'm standing here on the Dayton-Kettering Connector, which is an example of a separated bike path. So this is kind of the ideal bike facility for most riders. It is not the ideal facility for an A rider, though, an experienced rider, because to go 20 miles an hour on a bike path like this really isn't the ideal case. An experienced rider wants to be able to go faster on a roadway. Some of the ways that we plan for these facilities are through our Kettering Bike and Walk Committee. That's a volunteer committee made up of citizens who look at not only all the different bike facilities around Kettering, but how we can connect regionally into the rest of the bike facilities, the 330 miles of connected bike facilities around Kettering. The bike committee will come up with a plan to determine where we're going to put additional local and regional routes through Kettering. We're also looking at bike stations or bike hubs around town where you can actually have a rest stop where there could be water, a bike fix-it station, and other bike amenities such as maybe a bike vending machine where you could get tubes or snacks for your ride. And of course there'd be water there and a bike pump and those kind of things. So we're looking at bike stations around town too. So we're going to be proposing a plan to council to figure out where we're going with bike planning for the next 5 to 10 years. If you're a bicyclist or want to become a bicyclist in Kettering, you can visit our website. So get out and walk and bike Kettering.